Good morning, everybody. Actually, it's not quite time yet. It is 8:07 a.m. Eastern Time or 7 a.m. Central Time. We also have a showing at potentially 11:30 Eastern Time or 10:30 Central Time. And of course, you could figure that out for Pacific as well. All those different time zones and around the world. Welcome to the 24/7 virtual OMG BIZ CAFE. What does that mean, 24/7? Well, hey, if I've sent you a message and I wanted to connect with you and we were juggling back and forth in our calendars, your Calendly, my Calendly, they're not quite talking together. Why not go into OMG Biz Cafe, click on the blue button, join my community, the cafe, which is a meeting place. It's not my business per se. Maybe it's my wife's business, but as far as the networking goes. But my wife and I do help people with Medicare because we really care. We're the couple that cares about Medicare. But I do a whole sundry of other things uh, in an industry that's outside of the networking industry. But this platform, this cafe, this 24/7 cafe is freaking amazing. Why? Because if I'm not here and you show up here, you should take the opportunity to bring your one-to-one guests. That means in business talk, I'm assuming you're a small business owner or an entrepreneur or a workaholic professional and you want to get to know other small business owners. But keep in mind that you can't be everything to everybody. It's just the way it works. And what does that mean? Well, lately I've been going heavy on the word like. Can you trust somebody that you don't like? And sometimes you're forced into those situations because you're on a committee with them. Or sometimes you might be a realtor. I'm not. And the other realtor has to bring the cards to the table and they have to finalize the contract. And you might not like them, but you have to trust them. In other business situations where it's your customers and when you do business, maybe you might want a whole bunch of customers and clients that like you. Because if they like you, then you could know and trust them. Or perhaps do you think it's know first and then like? What is actually the order? Now, is it the chicken or the egg? What comes first? Is it that whole thing? Well, anyway, if you like to discuss all kinds of rapport building activities, talk about some sports perhaps, something less confrontational, maybe you want to talk about the pig or the hog and why is that entailed in our meetings. Yes, the pig does have a tail, but we don't like you to hog all the time because we know that if you time certain portions of the meeting, like in a good Toastmaster meeting that's reflected in 149 different countries, I try to encourage and inspire and really uplift the fact that Toastmasters, every single business person, every single person involved in business should go and get your butt into a Toastmaster meeting. It really would help. Even on top of that, put your butt inside a Dale Carnegie class, a Dale Carnegie human relations course. If you're in business, those are the equipment. That is the helmet. That is the protective gear. That is the tools that you need for business. Is the Dale Carnegie Human Relations Public Speaking class, which is not just about public speaking. So do not discount Dale Carnegie and say it's just public speaking. It's not. There's a whole sundry of things that you will get out of the 3 books that Dale Carnegie wrote. One of them is How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the other one is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, and the other one is The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking. All 3 books are extremely valuable, which you could, of course, get on Amazon or directly from Dale Carnegie, or perhaps in Audible format. I did find a couple options for that as well. Very fascinating as well, since the first time I was in a Dale Carnegie class in front of 50 people that all worked for Kodak, and Paul was a student at the Rochester Institute of Technology, practically under 20 years old. Those are all kinds of interesting tidbits about me building rapport. But I'd like to learn about, are you doing business in the state you're in? Are you in my state? Are you in a different state? And what state of mind are you in? Because the state of mind I do recommend all business people to be in is an unbelievable positive attitude. Because I think attitude is everything, everything. So maybe I'll see you at 9 o'clock in the cafe. All you need to do to get into this cafe, this room, with these bubbles, is omgbizcafe.com. That's omgbizcafe.com. Pretty simple, right? You click on the blue button. I verify you because everybody is verified inside our community. We don't want spam. We don't want people to spam our network. We want to grow with a whole bunch of networkers. I don't mind if you give me a pitch. I don't mind at all. But your pitch is certainly going to be timed by the hawk. 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Okay? And we run meetings on Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, or 8 Central, or 11:30 Eastern Time, or 10:30 Central. So for those people that are on the Eastern Time, fantastic. Love to meet you right now on a Monday in about 45 minutes. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Time again. We also meet on Saturdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and you figure out the math for the Central and the Pacific. So that's all my message for today. I can't wait to see you. You'll love the OMGBizCafe.com. Come and join my community. We build not strong ends. We do not have weak ends, by the way. We can't hog the time. We have strong beginnings, I can tell you that, but no ends. We don't want ends. We want all beginnings, strong beginnings. And to have those strong beginnings, you have to learn how to run a meeting. You also have to learn to be nice. It's great to be nice. Okay? Now, a word or two about those three little what do you call those things in the back of the room? I know, Toastmasters. You calm down. I said and the reason why sometimes you do say is because you're wondering what you're going to say next. Some people say it's also because of lack of preparation. Believe me, I've been preparing for meetings like this for a long time, over 7 years. But I just had another thought that I wanted to bring into the occasion, and that's why I said the word So and ahs, yeah, they do interfere with people's speeches. But those advertisements in the back is what they are. It says Medicare at OMG Talk. Just behind me, I believe you see it there. And it says go reverse at omgtalk.com and pool at omgtalk.com. Those are just sample advertisements that's to come in the OMG Biz Cafe. And what that means is it's a real email address. So for instance, I have a really good connection and resource that builds pools and maintains them in Palm Beach County and Broward County, Florida. Now, pool, the only person that can get pool is that person. So if anybody else is in the pool business, I'd have to say pool 2 and pool 3 at omgtalk.com. But for now, we don't have those. We have pool at omgtalk.com. You know someone looking to buy a pool, build a pool, maintain a pool? Just email pool at omgtalk.com and you'll get Anna. And she'll talk to you about everything you need to know about that. And fair prices, I'm sure. She's a great gal. Then there's Go Reverse. Now Marty is into the reverse mortgage market. That's all he does. He doesn't do forward mortgages. He only does reverse mortgages. That's called a specialty and a unique selling proposition. So go reverse at omgtalk.com forwards to Marty's email. I don't have to remember Marty's email at all. I just have to remember go reverse at omgtalk.com. And then Medicare. Well, there's just a couple. You know who they are. And they care about people's Medicare. And that's the Medicare couple. So if you email Medicare at omgtalk.com, you will get that couple and everything you need to know about Medicare, including a book that Mrs. Medicare or Sarah Finkelstein wrote. So thank you for joining me here for this prelude and this promotion for our upcoming meetings that are networking meetings where we have 4 parts to our meetings. We have some rapport building. We have some introductions that are 30, 60 seconds long, depending on the facilitator or event leader that uses the hog. And then after that, we'll have some shuffle. I call it the Skylar Shuffle. We will get to do a one-to-one. I believe Ron wants to call it Skylar Connect. I love it. And then after that is some feedback where you love it or list it. Did you like this meeting? Well, Some of you will, and some of you won't. Some of you aren't paying attention. Some of you are on your phones. If you could focus the meeting and turn off your phones, listen to the hog, listen to the members, listen to the guest, you'll be in an exciting meeting. I like to hear every guest tell me the equivalent of a Google review, but so much more than a Google review, way more meaningful than a Google review. Why? Because you'll be telling us live in person, two-dimensional to two-dimensional, of course, in the OMG BIZ CAFE, and you'll tell us what you liked about the meeting, and you'll tell us also what you learned about the meeting, because maybe you heard something that I didn't, and if I'm doing lots of multitasking in the meeting, there are some things that I might miss. But if you learn something, I want to hear it. And that way I get the full thrust of the meeting as well. And somebody else that missed it can get the full thrust of the meeting as well. Thanks so much for joining me in this prelude and this promotion for upcoming meetings on Mondays and Fridays and Saturdays in the OMG BIZ CAFE. If you want to actually RSVP for the event and register, you can go to omgbizcafe.com and click on the Events tab in Early Birds and Entrepreneurs. Click on the Events tab and you'll be able to get into the meeting from there as well. Well, I'll see you at 9 o'clock today. If I don't see you at 9 o'clock today, maybe perhaps I'll see you on Monday, or perhaps maybe on Saturday, which is an earlier time, or the later time at 11:30. Thanks so much. And hey, would you pass the ketchup, please? Thanks so much. Pass the ketchup. Pass it.